Hello, welcome to McKinney-Vento Homeless Training for Teachers and School Staff. The purpose of this training is to provide school staff with information regarding this federal law and how you can help. Often, when we think of the term homeless, we think of a similar picture such as this: no home, no money, no job, helpless, and hungry. Unfortunately, the term homeless is associated with a negative stigma, which leads families to try and hide their circumstances because they are ashamed and embarrassed. We encourage educators and staff to use the terms in transition, highly mobile, or McKinney-Vento eligible to be sensitive to these family situations. The McKinney-Vento law is both a federal and state law. It defines the term homeless much differently than the stereotype. It defines McKinney-Vento eligible children and youth to be those who lack a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. Let's look at each of these three identifiers. Fixed means a residence that is stationary, permanent, and not subject to change or easily moved. Living in an RV or car would not be classified as fixed since they are easily moved. The student living in this RV would qualify as being McKinney-Vento eligible. Regular means a residence that is used on a regular basis. If this teenager has been kicked out of his home and is couch surfing or staying with various friends, then he would be considered McKinney-Vento eligible. Also, a child that makes several moves in a short period of time would also be eligible. Adequate. An adequate residence is one that is sufficient for meeting both the physical and psychological needs typically met in home environments. This would include situations of overcrowding with too many people for the square footage, homes with inadequate heating, electricity, plumbing, running water, and even bug infestations that cause a family to move out of the home would also be eligible. If the family's home has been hit by a disaster, like a fire or a flood, there are no income guidelines. This family is considered McKinney-Vento eligible. The families that tend to be fairly easy to identify might be sleeping in a tent or in a shelter, sleeping at a motel, or staying at any place that isn't designated for people to reside in, such as in a vehicle. The families that are harder to identify are the ones that are doubled up or couch surfing. Families often staying with friends or other family members because they cannot afford a place of their own. Teens who have left their homes for whatever reason, other than an educational advantage, who may be hopping from place to place or staying with a friend or relative, are unaccompanied youth and McKinney-Vento eligible. So why is identifying these students important? Because we cannot serve and support the students if we don't know who they are. It is both a federal and state law. Identifying students does affect the funding that will come to your district office, and that funding will in turn help support these families. So what can you do? Listen and look for clues from students, because often they will try and hide that they are in transition. Are you noticing that a student is coming to school early to use the locker room to shower? Did you overhear a student mention that he or she is not living at home? Are there students wearing the same clothes every day? Are they telling you that their home has issues? For example, no running water or electricity? Are there many people living in the same home or an apartment? If so, pass this information to your district homeless liaison so they can gather more information and decide whether a student is McKinney-Vento eligible. Above all, we want to offer support without judgment. Once students are identified as McKinney-Vento eligible, what is the school's responsibility? Enroll immediately, even without all necessary enrollment documents. All fees must be waived. Students must get a free lunch and breakfast. Ensure access to all services, including Title I services, sports, and extracurricular activities. Connect students to services they may need, such as tutoring and counseling. Provide transportation to school of origin, if requested by a caregiver, and assist the family getting all the necessary paperwork. Preschool-age children get priority placement in preschool programs. Assist high schoolers to make sure they are on track for graduation, and assist other students with college and career goals. The goal is to remove all barriers to education created by homelessness. Frequent moves can lead to school disruptions, making it difficult to maintain consistent attendance and academic success. They may also lack access to necessary school supplies, technology, or a study area. What are the caregiver and student rights? The student is allowed to attend the school of origin, which is the school the child was attending when he or she became McKinney-Vento eligible. Or the student may attend the school where they were last enrolled. Or the student may attend the school district in which he or she is now residing. School officials can have discussions with caregivers on what is in the best interest of the child. However, ultimately, it is the caregiver's choice where their child attends. Custody does not need to be awarded by the court for enrollment. Parents do not need to sign guardianship documents for the student to be enrolled. An unaccompanied youth can register without a parent. Once a student is McKinney-Vento eligible, they remain identified as McKinney-Vento eligible for the entire school year, even if they obtain a fixed, regular, and adequate residence during the school year. A student's McKinney-Vento eligibility status must be treated as a confidential school record, as FERPA laws apply. In closing, it is important to remember when a child's world is turned upside down, the only stable thing they may have left is school. We want to provide a nurturing and supportive environment for the student. You can contact the district liaison for assistance. Each school in the district has a point of contact at the building level. This may be the building counselor or secretary. There is a referral form that will need to be completed for each student so that the district liaison may assist with student and family needs.